What's going on, everybody? And welcome to, as you can see from the background, my shirt, the Monday Night Raw review. Um, this was a good Monday Night Raw. It really was. I enjoyed it. Um, some good things happened. Some not so good things happened. Uh, Jumping right into it, getting that turning the music off. Um, I want to say this was a great crowd, man. This was a great crowd. It really was. This was a great crowd throughout the whole show. But with that being said, now that I got that out the way, they're not so great things. So to the this is me talking about the first segment of the night, which is a Rhea Ripley promo. The reason why I say like this is because like literally like an hour and a half before, yeah, I think it was like the show starts at 8 o'clock. So literally like 7 o'clock Eastern, I found out that there was this rumor that Rhea might have to vacate the title because she's injured. Um, and to find out the rumors been like going out throughout the whole day. Like it wasn't even just yeah, it wasn't even just like in that hour that I found out. It was like the whole day. But I only found out like an hour before the show started about this whole Rhea might have to vacate the title thing. Um, but we get here to the opening promo of the night, and Rhea comes out in a sling, and basically, yeah, she has to. She talked about the fact that she has to vacate the title, and that this was the crowd chanting like this is BS, and she shared the crowd's sentiments, saying that this is indeed some BS, and that she basically has to vacate due to injury. They said it's sustained by, well, Michael Cole make it seem like it's either what happened last week with Liv Morgan or what happened, or she might have got injured at WrestleMania. But it's not right as of right now. I haven't heard no backstage reports about her injury, other in which in the form of when she got the injury. But the backstage reports are saying that she's going to be gone at least three to 4 months. That's what I'm hearing. 3 to 4 months. Uh, but Rhea did say that whoever when she come back, whoever is holding that title, she's coming for them and for Blood, and she's coming for Liv Morgan, and that if uh if she was to see Liv Morgan right now, they would have to call the police and lock her up in the Canada jail because she was gonna kill Liv Morgan, and Liv Morgan would come out and and taunt her, and they would have to be pulled apart because they was gonna, they were trying to stop them from brawling and whatnot, and they had got them separated, and Rhea headbutted a security guard. Um, and that was it. Rhea just was upset. At least that was it for that opening promo. But then we got the last bit of it backstage with Rhea upset and being greeted by the Judgment Day, and they telling her that they hug her, they feel sorry for her, tell her to go get healed. They knows when she come back, she's going to tear them apart and get back her women's world title. And that she says that when she said that just to make sure you keep Judgment Day on top, and that was it. Then we got the first match of the night, which is Sheamus versus Ivar, the returning Sheamus, and he had his old theme song back too, the one that actually be like the shame of fame is I can't remember. There's something in my head. Whoa, I probably did like a worse rendition of it, but I forgot what it's called, but he came back with his old theme song, the one that actually has words to it. Uh, but he still had that little he still had that little intro where it'd be like doom 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 boom, and it comes out with his lights and stuff. It still do that, but then it just goes straight into his old song, which if you remember, he did tease sometime last year that he wanted to bring that song back. And here it is. He got his old song. He got some new trunks. That's more like shorts now. Not like shorts, but they just like longer trunks. They're not his usual trunks. They're a little bit longer now. But yeah, he came out, had a good match with Ivar, and it was really good. And it was a good showing. It was a good showing for both men, but Sheamus will pull out the victory. There we got probably the most significant promo other than the Rhea Ripley promo. I think, yeah, this was the. If I were to say, let me rephrase that. Rhea Ripley's promo was the most significant promo of the night because it was about relinquishing the title. This would be the second most significant promo because these are about new titles. And this promo would be started off by Triple H with Adam Pearce already in the ring. And Triple H and Adam Pearce basically talk about the fact that we are indeed in a new era. And because we're in a new era, and because we walked into WrestleMania with one tag team champions and left WrestleMania with two sets of tag team champions, as in, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, Miz and Truth, that this new era needs a new belt, needs new belts. And I say new belts because you can obviously tell there was two new belts underneath the black cloth. But they bring out Awesome Truth and tell them, because of how amazed Triple H expressed how amazed he was to see R-Truth get that WrestleMania moment, and for that, because of how because of that, they deserve to lead the new era of this tag team, this new era, and the new era of the tag team division with some new belts. And that's what we got. They unveiled the new belts, which the rumors are true, in the sense of what the new titles will be called. As you remember, the current titles, at least as they were the Raw Tag Team Championships and the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. And the rumors said that both the Raw and the Smack, not only did the Raw and the SmackDown titles would get new titles, but they will also go back to using the old school names. And that was true. As Triple H revealed that the Raw tag team titles, at least as they are right now, will be retired, and the new titles are now reverted back to its old school name of the world tag team titles. Just like I was about to say, World Heavyweight, but as you remember, back in the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era, the tag team, there was two sets of tag team titles for Raw and SmackDown. One was called the World Tag Team titles, and the other was called the WWE Tag Team titles, and that's what they're going back with. The tag team titles the new tag team titles basically look like, they almost look like similar to the World Heavyweight Championship, but it's circular, and they actually brought back the globe. Like it got like a small WWE logo, but behind the WWE logo is a globe. So it looks like just like the old school world tag team titles almost, because as you remember, the old school world tag team titles had the globe in the background too. So they went back while making a whole new design. They got the retro design within the new design as well. While making it look similar to, they made it look similar to the World Heavyweight title, but it's also the old school title too. Because they got they brought back the globe and stuff in it, and the tag. Well, I'm assuming would be for the SmackDown titles too. They're gonna have side plates now. So now the tag team champions will have side plates. R-Truth cut a funny promo about Triple H being Tommaso Ciampa and a magician. It kind of went on a little bit long, like me going on with this segment, but it was still fine. I still enjoyed it because I enjoyed R-Truth. He was funny. But Adam Pearce would lead into the next match, saying that with new tag team titles, come need new challengers. So they set up a triple threat match to determine who will face Truth and Miz for the newly crowned World Tag Team Champions, which is DIY, which will bring us to the next match. DIY versus the New Day versus the Creed brothers, which is, like I said, it's a number one contenders match. And this match was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. The right people the right people won, because the only people I didn't want to win was New Day, and that's just because New Day has already been there, done that. They truly, like, I want, and the only reason I say that because I want Kofi to go back chasing world titles, and I want Xavier start building Xavier up by having him chasing the Intercontinental title as well. Like, I want them to start this as a new era. Let's get them on a different track than just being tag teams. But otherwise, the match was good. And though the New Day looked like they did have it won, they were the DIY would hit them with a knee in the middle, and they were pin the New Day to become the new number one contenders to the Miz and Awesome Truth, or the Miz, the Awesome Truths, newly, like I said, newly crowned World Tag Team Championships. Don't know when, they didn't announce when that was going to take place, but I'm assuming is it going to take place in a couple of weeks on Raw, or is it going to take place at Backlash? With that being said, we got a Drew McIntyre promo, which is just basically him. They replayed like what happened to him and how he got screwed, and he was asked about how he feel about that and the fact that he was sitting there smiling. And they did, and the announcer, the backstage interview said they didn't, considering what just they sold, they was expecting a different emotion and response. And Drew was just like, he just sat there loud. He was just like, and you could tell his laughter wasn't real laughter, it was frustration. And he just got mad and big booted the TV screen. And that was it. It was just basically him getting asked a question, him laughing in frustration, and big booting the TV screen and walking off with a scowl look on his face. We get to the third match, which is Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae versus Maxine Dupree and Ivy Niles. I guess you could say this will be the first of two face turns, not face turns, but the first of two face to heel turns. And if you see my live stream we had a live stream watch along with it, a special live stream watch along on my other channel that I do with some other YouTubers called Wrestling Pit Podcast. You will see that we were one of my colleagues, Shane, he was saying that they needed the two people that they had turned heel. Well, three if you count what happened later on, but I'm gonna get to that in a moment. They said they needed that because they didn't have enough heels on Raw. It was a lot more faces than it was heels. So the reason why I said three, because two of them happened during matches, and one of them happened during like a backstage promo. But this was a good match between the two. Uh, between the four women, I mean, I should say. It didn't go about 5, maybe 6 minutes. But the most important thing here is that Candice and Indy Hartwell was not on the same page, and they got on the same page with Indy basically taking a page out of Candice's book, and she cheated to help to help get them get a victory. And yeah, so it looked like Indy has fully accepted this new heel tactic and has joined Candice on the heel side. Um, then we get a backstage promo with Judgment Day where Damian Priest is hyping up the telling them that we are Judgment Day and we run this place. And that's goes that he hypes up Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough about Dominic's match with Andrade, and that he goes to hype up Finn Balor, but Finn Balor has a question about why he think they focus to be on getting back the titles, the tag titles, but he said a match for Finn Balor, and he said Damon Priest hypes him up to say that he needs him to teach the Jey Uso the meaning of loss, while he will teach the Jey Uso at Backlash the meaning of pain, and that's where his focus should be. And Damian Priest, Finn Balor seemingly was on board. Uh, then we get a Chad Gable little promo package where they saw him early in the day training with the Creed brothers, and they asked him how he would feel about going into the enemy territory, because this is they're going to be heavily Sammy, cheering for Sammy, and probably most likely booing him. And he said this is not the first time he's been in this situation, but that he's going to beat Sammy because, and even though he trained Sammy and taught him this new mentality to help him beat Gunther, he also knows Sammy's weaknesses, and he's going to use that. Master Gable is going to use that to become the new Intercontinental Champion. But then we get to the fourth match, which is Andrade versus Dominic Mysterio. With this match not going on particularly long, but it did. I think it went like eight, maybe between 8 and 9 minutes. I don't think it got to 10. Well, it probably got to 10 due to them celebrating and whatnot. But otherwise, it was a good match. It was a good match. I like the best spot of this match was that back and forth three amigos, started by Andrade and then reversed by Dominic Mysterio into his own three amigos. But then they would get a reverse. They only both got up to 2 before Andrade got up to 2. Dominic reversed and they did his 2, but Andrade would reverse and finish his three amigos. But Andrade would pick up the victory, but then they would try to jump Andrade afterwards with Ricochet coming out to make the save. Then we got a backstage promo with Jey Uso, who was after they showed like a video recap of what happened on Friday. He was asked about how did he feel about what happened to his brother Jimmy, and all he had to say was that he wished Jimmy would have came with him. He said, when you deal with the bloodline, you go down a dark road. They even added members that nobody even knows about. But he said his focus is on Damian Priest and the World Heavyweight Championship, and that that Finn Balor is going to get this yeet down tonight. Then we get to the next match, which is Chelsea Green and Piper Niven versus Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. This was a fun, quick tag team match. Another quick 5-minute match with Chelsea Green and Piper Niven getting the victory. I love Chelsea Green. She got a comedic way that she sells moves. She plays a part. These women just need, I said this briefly. I'm gonna say it here. We need a Sunday Night Heat, and we need a Velocity. We need Velocity and Sunday Night Heat back, and we need that to be like at least an hour and a half, 2 hour shows where the mid carders could get over. We need to spread the mid carders and the main roster people apart. So the main roster. So like that's one thing I would say that Vince had right when he had Velocity and Heat, and it could work now. You put all the mid carders and the mid card titles on Velocity and Heat, and you make them 2 hour shows, and you give them time to cook and get themselves over, while you can have the main roster just focus on main roster stories. That way you don't have to rush nothing, because if this match I had time to cook, I probably would have cared more about it, but I don't. Then we get to the other face to heel seemingly turn, which is Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan, they cut a promo, backstage promo with Liv Morgan, where she talked about how it was karma, that what happened to her, what happened to Rhea was karma, and that everywhere she goes, she seems like everybody just looking at her with a scowl look on her face and on their face, and they booing her. Like like they saw sympathy to Rhea, but they was like, where was the sympathy for where Rhea literally tore her shoulder out of her socket and put her on the cell for months? Where was the sympathy for that? She has no sympathy for Rhea because it was karma, and that her revenge tour don't end because Rhea got injured. The last part is her becoming women's world champion. This is actually, if she turns heel from this is actually a heel turn I could get behind, because I mean Liv is kind of right. No, it seems like nobody had they had sympathy, but not the sympathy they saw in Rhea for Liv, and that this would be a good way to get Liv over as a heel. It's something new. It's something new and different for Liv, because she haven't been a heel in a long time. Then we get a Cody Rhodes promo. Basically, he came out to talk about. He came to talk about The Rock, and basically how The Rock acknowledges Seth Rollins, and they both acknowledged that Seth Rollins was the MVP, and he thanked Seth Rollins for being his shield. And then he talked about how when The Rock says when he comes back for Cody, he's gonna make Cody bleed again. And Cody said, "Well, he's right about that. That when you come back to make me bleed, I won't be the only one bleeding." And that like I said, he thanked Seth Rollins for being his shield. He said The Rock won't be the only one bleeding, and that he invited Jey Uso out to the ring. And he told Jey that because he knows he got to match up against the Judgment Day, he wants to help. It says Jey helped him finish the story and protected him. He wants to do the same for Jey. And Jey tells him that he appreciated, but he got to do this on his own, and that he need to focus and do this on his own, and and win and go on to become World Heavyweight Champion. Jey and them would yeet each other, and that would be that. We get a Nia Jax promo where she basically says that she's gonna teach. She said there's two types of people in this world: those who care about Rhea, those who don't. She says she's the one who don't, and that she will, and that the women's world championship will be hers, and that there's other two people in the world: people who fear Nia Jax and people who learn to fear Nia Jax. And that she also claimed that she too will become. She also said something about people who want against. I think she said something about. I think what she was saying is two people who want revenge against Rhea and people who cares about Rhea. I think that's how she said it, but basically saying that she wants the women's world title. We get to the Jey Uso versus Finn Balor match, which was a good match between the two. They had a good maybe 15-minute match. They worked each other over, You know, it was a lot of kickouts and pinfalls. But the ending came when David Priest was also watching. Yeah, he was watching in the back. But he came out. He was getting ready to come out to the ring, but Jay would hit Finn with a spear and the splash to win. He would get jumped by Damian, not by Damian, but by Dominic, JD, and Finn. While Damian Priest, they told Damian Priest to just he's good and then let them handle Jay. But Jay will fight back and escape through the crowd, and Damian Priest would stand in the ring, raising the belt, and that would be it. And then Jay, they did the whole camera following thing with Jay, and the camera followed Jay from through the crowd all the way in the out there where the cassette is at, out to the front door where Sammy is standing, saying that this is how he first got into wrestling. This very building, he walked through the front doors, and this will change his life forever to one become a WWE wrestler. And so he do it again as champion. And as they dap each other up, the camera will follow Sammy this time while leaving Jay in the same spot that Sammy was in. And Sammy would have the concession stand people hyped up, the fan that was up there, and then he would go through the same curve that Jay came through, back down to the ring, and he would celebrate throughout the whole entirety. He's just going around the whole crowds and celebrating with them in his hometown. This is definitely a new era by Triple H, and thus we'll get this main event, which is Sammy's. Oh, we did get a back right before Chad made his entrance. We got Bronson Reed telling Chad that whoever wins between the two will have to deal with him, and they won't be Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion for long because they'll have to answer to him. Whoever wins between Sammy and Chad. But now we get to the main event, which is Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable for the Intercontinental Championship. And this was a good match. This was worthy of the main event. This was definitely good. Chad worked over Sammy's leg with the ankle lock, basically going for it. Sami Zayn's wife was in attendance. I don't think his son was there this time, but his wife definitely was there. Yeah, this was a good match. They worked over Chad worked over Sammy, worked over his legs. Sammy barely could walk, but Sammy was able to hit a Haluna kick eventually on Chad Gable to pin a very game and very close to winning the Intercontinental Championship. Chad Gable. Sami Zayn was some words of encouragement and hugging Chad, raising Chad's hand, but Chad would turn around and raise his hand. And then would leave the ring. Sammy would get out the ring to go celebrate with his people and his wife, but Chad Gable would come back and beat the hell out of Sammy, and to which it ended with him like having Sammy's leg caught up into the turnbuckles as he would give him the ankle out, basically talking trash to him, signaling the final heel turn of the night. This was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I can't say. I think in my Wrestling Pit podcast I gave it a 9, but I'm gonna give this Monday Night Raw an 8 out of 10 big ups because there was some stuff that needed to be better, but it wasn't bad. But this was definitely an 8 out of 10. But you let me know in the comments down below what you thought. Oh, wait a minute. All of my season 3. Season 3. For all of my WWE reviews. And if you enjoy the video, someone wants to support the channel, all you gotta do is hit those buttons. As always, hit any one of these videos for more of my amazing content. But don't go anywhere because I got more gameplay coming your way. Peace.